Colin the Gift Mcke, 26 years old, fighting out of Gracie Baja, Belfast, and Port City MMA. 8-3 as a pro. Graham Keys, his principal trainer, will be cornering him this evening. Muay Thai on his feet, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on the ground. Aspect of his fight game that his opponent should most fear, his ground and pound. Won his last 3 fights by means of the knees, and has won his last 6 fights in a row. Colin Mcke. He was sitting at 2-3. You know, he said, oh, should I stay in the sport? I'm 2-3. He rattled off 6 straight wins. Boy, that's got to feel great.
And I think he took a big break after that 2-3. He spent a lot of time in Thailand on holiday. I remember speaking to him after he came back. I said, are you going to fight again? He says, hopefully I'm just not in good shape at the moment, but he looked in terrific shape, and then he went and got fitter and fitter, and he's since come back and won 6. So maybe a break was the best thing that he did. You can hear his corner knee,
shouting knee. Colin needs to control his wrist just a bit more, and then just come over the elbow. Way big knee.
That'll keep them quiet for a while.
Oh, another knee. Big shots, big shots.
Wow.
Nexon covering up, and he's finished. The referee's going to have to stop this.
Is there bad blood between Josh Berkman and I? I really don't care. All I'm cared about is getting back to the UFC, and he's standing in front of me, so I gotta take him out.
I don't know Jamie Yeager. Jamie Yeager doesn't know me. This is gonna be a very explosive fight for the fans to watch.
Anything can happen in a fight. It would be cocky and arrogant for me to say that I'm gonna win, but I'm coming out there to do just that, and I'm sure Dave is too, so we'll see what happens.
I plan on inflicting a lot of damage. That way his confidence starts to drop, and he starts getting a little bit frustrated. And when he does, I think that's when I'm going to be able to capitalize on that and finish the fight.
From beautiful Orem, Utah, just outside Salt Lake City, inside the UCCU Center, it's Showdown Fights, Berkman versus Yeager.
My name is Justin Buckles. I fight on Team Alpha Male. I'm a UFC veteran, and I was a coach on the Ultimate Fighter Team Favorite. Showdown is a great show. I fought here before. I beat my opponent in the first round, so I plan on doing that again. And I'm just looking for the toughest guy in Utah.
My name is Clay Collard. I have a 9-3 pro record. I am training with Crest Combat Conditioning in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Clay Collard is 19 years old. He has a bright future in this sport if he goes to a real gym and gets some real training and fights some real competition. Because I'm going to be the first real competition he fights. I'm going to beat him. He'll probably learn a major lesson from that he'll talk about in interviews later.
The reason I wanted to become a fighter is actually because of the Forrest Griffin-Stephan Bonner fight. I remember being a little kid and watching that and just knowing that one day I would always fight. And I turned 18 and started fighting.
He doesn't have enough experience. I mean, he's young, he's hungry. Those guys are dangerous, you know. Guys make careers off beating guys like me, but I'm prepared for that. I'm not going to lose this fight.
Fighting somebody like Justin Buckles with an impressive MMA record, it kind of makes me more hungry, honestly. I want to prove myself, and I have nothing to lose. I'm a 19-year-old kid living my dream, just ready to fight.
I got news for him. I'm 28 years old. I'm coming into my prime, so this is my time to shine, and I'm just going to put it on him and show him that he doesn't belong in there with me.
Yes, I'm 19. Yes, he's 28. He's fought in bigger shows and better shows, but Buckles can overlook me. I'd love him to overlook me. Come fight day, he's going to get a rude awakening. He thinks he can stand. He thinks he can, you know, bang with the best of them. I am the best of them.
He's been fighting, I don't know, some bums from his home state. He's never fought out of his own state. I've fought all over the world, and I've beaten tough guys. He hasn't beat any tough guys, and I'm going to beat him. He thinks he can beat me with stand-up. That's what everyone says they're going to beat me with stand-up. They say they're going to beat me with jiu-jitsu. I've heard it all before, and I've won those fights, and I'm going to win this one.
When I'm in the cage, I'm a totally different person. I'm the nicest guy ever outside of the cage, but in that cage, I just turn into a warrior. There's going to be a beatdown on Justin Buckles. Don't miss it.
So far, neither of these lightweights have shown any inclination whatsoever to go to the ground. They want to entertain the fans here in Orem.
It was a nice knee to the body by Buckles, and then a nice shot over the top by Clay Collard.
You see that left there by Collard, and I think he's got Buckles thinking now.
He does. He's landing some good ones. I tell you what, Justin Buckles is relentless on that clinch, isn't he?
I cannot believe Collard is 19 years old.
19, man.
This kid is showing so much poise in there.
He reminds me of a Rory McDonald in the UFC, just this fresh-faced kid.
Right.
That's so unassuming, but he's so damn tough. Oh,
good
nice
hook
shot.
cross by Justin Buckles.
Great combination.
Looks like Justin's got a little cut over his eye. Starting.
Now finally the kicks are finding their mark, just missing that straight right kick right up the pike.
And a nice elbow by Clay Collard there, and another elbow by Clay Collard that was nice, and another elbow by Collard as Justin's looking to tie that clinch up. Collard's hit him with 5 solid elbows, and then the Buckles answers with a knee to the body right there. And these guys are trading.
Oh, they are trading. What a great fight.
Buckles says, enough is enough. I'm shooting in. Look at Collard working it.
Letting them go. Right and a left, left and a right, right. Unanswered punches now from Collard. Buckles has got to change something up.
He has. He's been really trying to get that clinch, and it hasn't paid off because every time he ties it up, Collard smashed him with an elbow, and it took 7 of those, I think, before Buckles realized not to clinch up anymore. Quick hands by Collard. Wow.
Quick hands. Quick hands, stepping into the pocket, letting his hands go.
Another nice
Love
shot.
the diversity that both these are throwing. They're throwing everything, working on their takedowns, working on their combinations, their knees, everything.
Buckles is getting the worst of it, though. As good as he is with the tie clinch, he's not been able to cinch the clinch, and he can't get the knees working for him. It's been really the last minute and a half, it's been Collard. As good as Buckles is. Nice outside leg kick there.
Nice jab by Collard. Left and then a right that landed on the face of Buckles, and another left hook. Wow.
Now the knee and the left, 2 lefts. Oh my goodness.
Just dropping bombs on him right here. Awesome shots by Clay Collard, and then the knee, and then more shots. He's got him against the ropes. Bombing him with everything, left and a right.
Nice right knee there from Buckles, just missing the elbow. Collard's got to be careful.
20 seconds left on the clock here as these two lightweights trade shots.
Clay Collard it doesn't even look tired.
He doesn't, and he's been pushing forward. And a nice takedown right there by Clay Collard, but he did leave his neck behind, but that's okay because Buckles is not in a position, and wow.
And welcome inside the UCCU Center in beautiful Orem, Utah, as Showdown Fights presents Lightweight Championship. Hey everybody, I'm Jay Adams alongside Tandy Schaefer and Johnny Ritchie. And guys, tonight is a huge night for Showdown Fights. For the first time in our history, we will be crowning a champion.
That's right, Dave Castillo versus Justin Buckles in your main event for the belt. I get a chance to talk to Dave Castillo, and he said, look, I've wanted a belt since I started off in this sport, and now I get the chance to prove it inside the cage for Showdown. I'm taking that thing home.
Well, also, you got Justin Buckles, who is very excited for this belt. He's mad that people are saying that from the last fight that he didn't really earn that. It was a hard fight for him, but in the end, he won. And so he's here to prove to everyone that this belt is his.
That's right. Two other lightweights on the card tonight who are relevant fighters in the lightweight division. Sean Powers, Gordon Bell. They're going to want to win tonight because they want to be in the mix later for that belt.
Well, and Gordon Bell did lose his last fight against Dave Castillo, so he said, look, I've never been more motivated. I should be in there fighting for that belt, but since I'm not right now, I'm going to smash Sean Powers, and I'm going to get a chance to take that belt from whoever the winner is later on down the road.
Well, Sean Powers has reach. He has an incredible reach, especially for their weight class. And he's going to be ready to use his stand-up. And if it does go to the ground, Sean claims that he has the best guard in Utah. We'll see.
Yeah, and a 78-inch reach, which is just amazing for a 155-pounder. Well, the spotlight is on the lightweights tonight. It's Showdown Fights Lightweight Championship.
Well, each fight is really, I mean, it is a preparation from your whole life. It comes down to this fight. Everything you've done, that every stare you ran, every mitt you've hit, every training session, every wrestling practice, all the tape you've watched, all the meditation you've done, all the thinking about the fight, it comes down to that 25 minutes, that one night. I've been preparing my whole life for this fight.
You know, everything that I've worked for the past 5 years, everything that I've sacrificed, all the sacrifice of my family, all the sacrifice of my teammates and everybody around me, it's all on the line. It comes down to this moment where am I going to succeed or am I going to fail? And failure is not an option for me. I will win this fight.
It's a title, you know? It's the Showdown title. It's the first ever Showdown title. The belt is going to be great, but it's a fucking belt. Like, there's a win and a record. There's this guy defeated. There's me winning, progressing my career. And then I'm going to have a sweet belt, and it's going to be awesome.
This Showdown title means a lot. This is the next step in my career. It needs to be done. I have to win this fight. This is my fight. I want that belt, and I'm going to go take it. Yeah, on paper, I'm a way better fighter. You want to do the MMA math, I didn't get my ass kicked by Clay Collard. He did.
Dave, look it up on Sherdog. I finished him. Tap out, round 3. You want a split decision. Plus, I'm just very entertaining. I can't help it. Look, listen, Dave. If you want to live in the past and worry about MMA math, this guy beats this guy, beat this guy, whatever, don't worry about that. You got 25 minutes with me. Let's just decide it then.
Everything's on the line, and I got people dependent on me. I will win this fight.
I'm gonna win. You know, look at what happened. He's super confident. He's talking all this stuff about me. He knocked his guy out in the first round. He looks like a killer. I barely survived my last fight. This is a perfect setup for me to win that belt.
All right, Buckholes, we both seem to think that we're the better fighter. So let's find out.
Dave, I really got nothing to say to you. You've done enough talking for both of us, and I'll see you in the cage.
Jay Bogan, and I fight at 155. My cut was pretty easy. I fight at a Team Oyama in Irvine, California. My training regimen begins with cardio, making sure that I always have, wrestling, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. My mom doesn't really appreciate me getting beat up because I've been competing on a different level in so many different aspects of martial arts that she has an appreciation for it, even though the injury factor that could take place. My long-term goals as a fighter are to one day be in a top organization and become the champion of that one, whichever one that may be. The red canvas has been great so far. Everyone has been very nice and on time, polite. My name is Jay Bogan, and I'll see you at the red canvas.
My name is Reese Brown, and I'm fighting at 155. When I'm training, like, the people I train with, they're constantly trying to take me down, come underneath me. So I'm used to the small, strong wrestler. It's gonna be a good fight, like, the guy's tough, so. I have an underrated ground game that a lot of people don't know about, because I tend to go down and get straight back up, so people, I guess, presume that I don't have much of a ground game, but I'm pretty lethal down there. I did karate from a young age, so I've always had quick hands. Fighting is tough on everyone around, especially like the people who are close to me. Yeah, it's what a smaller show needs to be to attract more fighters, attract more fans. So I'm excited to fight for you guys tomorrow. My goals as a fighter, to be in the big show, UFC, Strikeforce, either one. I want to get there, but I don't just want to get there, I want to get there and make an impact. My name is Reese Brown, and I'll see you at the red canvas.
For the tournament, we haven't ever given out a championship belt. We've never, over the last 10 or 11 years we've been doing this, we always found it kind of odd that everybody had a world champion. And to me, that diluted the meaning of being a world champion.
The winner of the fight, and first ever CWC lightweight champion.
We want to make it credible by making it a tournament format, which is very, very tough on the fighters. But I think they should be afforded the respect of a champion, whether it's a world champion or a UK champion.
You hit the nail on the head there, Jay. Both of these guys want it bad. They're both coming out strong. I think Ali went in there pretty hard, landing a nice combo. But Ali's may have had a longer fight the last round, and so I think the fresher guy is McVitie. So both guys need to pace themselves very carefully.
McVitie had a 1 minute and 8 second triangle win over No Man Khalid, so he has to be the fresher of the two. Ali McLean had a grinder with Tom McGuire, but he did have a lot of time to go back and recompose.
Some nice counters by McVitie, but Ali is very, very aggressive. You can see the fire in his eye, Jay. He wants it. And, good counter right low kick by McLean right there. A little bit bloody in his face, looks like a scratch on his cheek. I don't think it's anything serious, though.
I think it was the first exchange. You saw him go back and sort of lick his wounds after that first exchange.
McLean landing a pretty nice clubbing, right hand counter to McVitie, who kind of steamed in front of him. Both guys don't want to make a mistake right now.
Bobby McVitie fighting out of Glasgow, Scotland, Team Viper, 7-7 as a pro. Ali McLean, as you heard, the local favorite, fighting right here, Belfast. We are in the famed Odyssey Arena, home of the Belfast Giants.
McLean's got a lot of gas in that tank. He's pretty wound up and he's still going. Landing some good knees to McVitie's face. McVitie's got to be careful with the clinch, and he's a bit more experienced there. Big energy dump by both these fighters. Looping right hand grazes Ali's face over there.
Both of these combatants have had a long time to think about it. They've been back in the locker room. We've had 16 fights tonight. They've had a lot of time to think about that belt and what it would mean to their career.
Yo, you're right, Jay. A belt like that, a four-man tournament can literally make your career. McVitie kind of rushed in a little bit there, wasn't really paying attention.
Round number 1 underway.
We don't often see tops be more in the cage, Jude.
No, and it's very, very, very rarely. You know, yeah, it helps with submissions and stuff like that. You know, it keeps the sweat off your body, doesn't make it so slippery.
Letting those hands go.
Oh yeah, it is. It's just really punching away. Chins up a bit.
Nice straight left there by Boyd.
Oh. Followed up with a straight right jab. He connected twice there, and the chin of Reclick. You can tell in the eyes of Radek Reclick that this is his first fight. He really wants this, doesn't he? Eyes open.
Oh yeah. Big shot by Boyd. Squeezing up against the fence. Just keeping the pressure on. Similar to what some of the fights that we saw before. You know, if you keep wrestling the person, then the arms start to get tired, the lactate builds up.
Two big boys, over 500 American pounds in there.
That's a whole lot of Irish beef. Irish and Polish beef. We got a lot of Eastern Europeans now in Northern Ireland. Oh, big slam, Ryan Boyd. That took a lot out of him lifting that weight, I would think.
275 pounds lifted rather easily by Ryan Boyd.
He's a strong boy.
Welcome to the Odyssey Arena here in Belfast. This is Cage Wars, the most exciting fighting sport in the world today. Top of the bill tonight is the legendary Jeremy Horn versus Lee the Dragon McKibben. Before that though, let's take a look at some of the highlights from earlier in the evening. First up, victorious Konsimas, the Lithuanian with an impressive home record, faces the determined Chris McDonald, looking for a win in front of his hometown crowd.
Here we go, round 1 underway.
Konsimas reminds me of a very young Igor Vovchanchin, Jay, back in the early days.
Good call, good call.
He's got that same kind of look, that same kind of style. Both are Eastern European fighters. You can never underestimate them. You can never know what they're about.
Oh! At 19 seconds of the first round, Chris the Badman McDonald trashes victorious Konsimas with a devastating knockout.
Like a methodical fight, but I push the pace. I like the aggression.
We have Tim Ruberg, who has the most takedowns in college wrestling, so a very powerful, aggressive wrestler. Again, you know, a bit of a poster boy, handsome dude. Everybody says he's the poster boy. And he has recently fought and won some very good fights in the US.
I'll try to take him in the 4th round. I want to take him down, so it will be nice. It will be a nice game.
I want my opponent to know that they're fighting me.
On the ground, I'm always dangerous. You can't keep me too long on my back. I will come soon. I will get up.
For the past 2 months, and I knew I was coming over here. I've just been on cloud 9. It's awesome. It's one of my biggest fights to date. So I'm glad that I get to come over here and fight for Cage Wars.
Tim Ruberg, coming off a 4-fight winning streak, faces the aggressive and powerful striker Marvin Abui. Ruberg is keen to impress in his biggest fight to date.
Ruberg seems very stuck in that guard. He's not really attempting any passes. He's standing up now. He should go for...
Oh, nasty up kick. Ruberg's okay. Boom! That was a nice up kick. That was one of the few shining moments, though, for Bolai as he falls into the rear naked.
Down under a minute, down to 45 seconds to go. Big left hook that time by Savigny, and now Hall taking some punishment. Umberto Savigny starting to let his hands go. Another left and another right. Umberto Savigny taking control late in this round. Back, oh, big left hook, and down goes Richard Hall. Richard Hall trying to beat the count. He's got 16 seconds to make it through this round. Frank Santori gives him the mandatory 8. Santori will let it continue. Under 10 seconds to go. Can he finish? Umberto Savigne will step in, lets the right hand go, and Frank Santori Jr. waves it off. It's all over. What Santori fight. What a comeback from Umberto Savigne, who was hurt, had his legs taken away from him. Richard Hall was in command, and then all of a sudden, Umberto Savigne answers when he needed to.
The newly refurbished USF Sundome held all the action as Bellator Fighting Championships visited Tampa, Florida. The Sundome had a real nice-sized crowd as the Central Florida fans were beyond excited. In store, some crazy top-level MMA action in multiple weight divisions.
A lot of money will be changing hands tonight as the welterweight tournament finals between Brian Baker and Carl Amisu get settled tonight. Also, the light heavyweight semifinals, and knockout artist Paul Daly steps into the cage. All that and much more as Jay Adams' Brawl Call for the very first time visits with Bellator Fighting Championships.
Light heavyweight tournament semifinal fight number 2, Emmanuel Newton versus Attila Vey. Attila Vey riding into this bout on a 6-fight win streak with outstanding hands and submissions. Newton, more the wrestler, looking to get Vey to the ground early and nullify Vey's striking. The match ended up primarily as a tentative stand-up kickboxing affair, favoring Vey with the split decision win. So it's Attila Vey, Travis View in the light heavyweight tournament finals.
So Attila Vey advances to the light heavyweight championship finals, that much closer to $100,000. Emmanuel Newton clearly very upset with that decision. He thought he won, a lot of other people thought he won as well, but it is Attila Vey who will move on to face Travis Dieselview for $100,000 in the light heavyweight championship fight. But right now, it's the knockout specialist Paul Daly stepping into the cage. This guy has over 20 wins by means of knockout or submission. This guy knows how to finish fights.
Nice Muay Thai here with the knees from Jeremy. Chris is still trying to find a place in the fight. He thinks he's more confident.
Wow.
Well, zero respect for Chris Johnson's stand-up.
Chris is shaking. You can see it on his face. But he's swinging. He's a gamer.
Jeremy Hamilton, very strong. Hard to believe he's just 25 years old.
Nice stiff jab again from Jeremy.
Hamilton undefeated at 6-0. Johnson at 3-2.
You just get the feeling that Jeremy's going to pop one straight in. It's only a matter of time. Chris can't find his range.
He can't get inside. Can't get past that jab.
A good body kick. Adam, how do you see it so far?
Well, what I was going Chris Johnson looks like he's still going in with those combos, those punching combos, knee combos. But Hamilton wants that one punch, that one kick right there.
There
That's
it is.
the one.
There it is. Oh. He's got the single. But that choke is going to be in and going to be tight. Yeah, no, this is...
There's
there's the tap.
It's over.
Wow. Woo. Jeremy Hamilton just smoked
Wow,
Chris
what a
Johnson.
clinic.
That was some incredible MMA. This Jeremy Hamilton is something else. Wow.
Here with Bjorn Rebney, the founder and CEO of Bellator. Great show here tonight. We had a blast. First, I want to thank you for your hospitality, Bjorn. We've done a lot of shows, and this was one of the funnest shows, and your people were so nice to us. Gracious hospitality. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That's great to hear. We talk about it a lot, and then it translates well to the media and translates well to the fighters, so it's working.
Do you consider yourself the #2 promotion in the world?
Now I think we can safely say we are. I mean, you know, it's been, did we climb to it and matriculate to it, or was it a matter of attrition? You know, when I came into this game and I started Bellator, there was an IFL, there was a Lead XC, there was a WEC, there was Strikeforce, there was Affliction. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And we're all familiar with kind of the bodies by the side of the road, if you will. Yeah. And now, for all intents and purposes, there's a UFC, their great Fox Alliance, which is good for them. And there's Bellator, which has its Viacom partnership and is moving to Spike. So there's two of us. We've got 85 countries around the world that are carrying Bellator week in and week out. So it's been a rapid progression. But at this point, there's two major players in the space, and obviously the UFC is the most recognizable brand and the biggest brand in MMA. But you know, I like what we're doing, and I'm crazy about our partnership with Spike and Viacom. I think there's a lot of good things to come.
Here with Mike Brown, a familiar face on our show, and of course, UFC star, WEC star, and coming off a surgery. I know the #1 thing people want to know right now is, how are you doing? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm coming along. I feel great. I'm pain-free. I just had a neck fusion. They pulled out the disc at C7T1, put a plate in there, and it's been about 2 months, and feeling good. I'm pain-free. That's what's the most important thing. And I'm drilling again. I'm coaching a lot, and you know, trying to take a different approach. And I'm feeling good. A few more months, and I'll probably be able to go live. Probably 2 more months.
That's the big question, of course. Did the doctors give you any kind of green light to fight again? What was the doctor's advice to you?
I mean, they say like you should consider not fighting anymore. You know, this is pretty serious. But they say that about every, you know, you could have a hangnail and they're going to say that type of thing. So I mean, it's pretty common for a doctor to be on the cautious side. But the most important thing is that I feel good and I'm not feeling any pain. So as soon as they give me the green light to go live, I'll be able to go 100% and hopefully get back in the ring as soon as possible.
Has the UFC been tracking your progress? Has there been any communication with them seeing, reaching out to you, seeing how you're doing?
Yeah, I'm closest with probably Sean Shelby, and you know, I keep in contact with him, and you know, he knows where I'm at, and he just says, you know, when you're ready, give me the call, and I'll try to get you in as soon as I can.
Well, I know that the fans would like that. I know I would like that. I know you would like that, but please be well before you get back in there again.
Oh, yeah. One day at a time, you know, getting there.
That's it. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Mike. Let me hit 2 things that are hot right now and tell me if you think that there's any opening for them, that it's a weakness in your game. One is the acquisition, of course, of Quentin Rampage Jackson. He brings a lot to the table. Yeah, he's not in his prime anymore. He brings a lot, as you know.
Like what, though?
Well, I mean,
he's lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, but
he's got every activist group on earth attacking him. The women's group, the gay and lesbian association. Go right down the list of all the activist groups that don't want to see that guy on television ever again.
He brings film. Yeah, I know you kind of made fun of him on the film star stuff, but he does bring that. He's a famous guy. You don't think he's going to draw on his fame?
What does he bring?
Well, he brings name recognition.
People who are fight fans want to see the best fighters in the world compete against each other. I quote Quentin Rampage Jackson, "I can no longer compete with the best in the world." That's a quote directly from him.
What about the entertainment value, though? You're a fan of Vince McMahon.
You throw Rampage. You throw Rampage in professional wrestling. Yeah, Rampage is hysterical. He's funny. You know. But a lot of baggage comes along with Rampage Jackson.
How much are you worth, really?
I am worth whatever someone else believes the UFC is worth. So if you went out onto the market and you wanted to sell the UFC, say the UFC was for sale, whatever the UFC would end up selling for is what I would be worth.
I've heard anywhere between $1 billion and $2 billion. Is that what?
More. It's worth more than
More.
that. Yeah. And personally.
Yeah. What about you personally?
Personally, me and the Fertitta brothers believe that this is the most valuable sports franchise on earth. The most valuable sports franchise on earth. It works everywhere.
I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard the rumors that if you drop a $100 bill now, it is financially not worth it for you to pick up that $100 bill. You lose money on the way down.
That's
how much
ridiculous.
money you have,
yeah.
Dana White.
I might throw a few pennies on the ground, but I ain't dropping $100 bills, I can tell you that.
He's still got enough Boston in him that he's going to pick up that $100 bill.
He's dropping hundreds.
You don't need to, but you're still going to pick it up because you're a Southie guy.
You see the look on his face. It's deep. It's Sotelo looks to be turning around on him. He's got to turn into him with his right shoulder.
He's fallen off, is Torres.
And he is out.
Oh my God. That's one of the best.
Knee to the body from Sotelo. This crowd is going crazy. Elbows to the body. Knee and Torres gets up going for the takedown again.
He's going for an inside trip here, wrestling move. Inside trip. Oh, and he's throwing brawls again.
Torres looks to be dazed. Ooh, a left by Sotelo. Torres is rocked, a left, a knee to the face.
Knee to the face, but he wasn't out of grounded. This is electric.
Oh, Sotelo's looking to finish it. Can he get it done?
Swinging left hook. And Combs now is just swinging for the fences. And it really is his only opportunity to win this fight is to land one of those, and I look for Miller to transition it, put his back against the cage and take him down.
Separating again. There we go. Combs coming back in.
Big knee! Big knee by Micah Miller, and this one is over. Micah Miller, knockout on Tyler Combs.
And don't let Joe Lyle's age of 21 fool you. He's been training since 15 or 16 years old. Always thought it would end up here in MMA. In fact, started training MMA almost the exact same time he started training wrestling.
Head kick from Clint Anderson, just misses. There's a teep from Anderson. Body kick and a right hand from Joe Lyle. Stunned him, and Clint Anderson is out. There's a big right, the ref has got to step in. Clint Anderson is out. The superhero Joe Lyle, first round KO.
He caught him with that right-handed uppercut, and it was night-night time for Clint Anderson.
I thought that should have been it right there. I've seen Linden beat a couple different people with that maneuver.
And check out the determination of Linden's face. Facade is in trouble. The biggest trouble he's been in thus far.
Linden's going up top.
And a kick to the back of the head.
Oh, the crowd's looking for him to finish him off.
Could do it. Moonsault press. Picture perfect. New champion. No.
So close. Does it get any closer than that, Joe? What was it, 2 9/10? 2 3/4?
Lewis can feel it. Lewis can feel the end near. Facade perched. Facade almost landed backwards on his head. That would have did it real quick. Oh. Both men battling for position here. Oh, this may not end well for one or both these men.
They're both starting to realize now. You got to throw that friendship out the window if you want to be the champion.
Oh my God! A Russian Kata driver! Unreal! Got him! Not sure if Gargano's bleeding or if that's some of Crimson's war paint, but oh, what the hell? Well, this never ends well.
Yeah, we've seen it before.
And it could be one of a couple things. Gargano, I don't think, has realized it yet.
Nothing fun.
Unless you're Crimson.
Oh my God, he's got thumbtacks. Hundreds of thumbtacks spread across the top of that table. And this could very well be the end of Johnny Gargano. No. Oh no.
Gargano's gonna go through it.
Gargano, I'm not sure if he realizes what's beneath him or not.
It's a table with thumbtacks, covered in
The
thumbtacks.
superplex. Look at.
Oh no.
Gargano fighting. Gargano's fighting. And Crimson hits. Crimson hits. The tax. The table. Crimson is hurt. The kick. Cover. Got it.
Here is your winner, and still Prime Wrestling Champion, the whole shebang, Johnny Gargano.
Gargano victorious, and he stared straight into the mouth of hell, and he came out on top.
Joe, I can't believe what I just saw here.
What a victory, what a night it has been.